In the last lecture, we did a basic setup of the multiple moving average indicator and saved that as a template. Now I've loaded the normal MT4 chart template of the euro on the screen again. In order to load the template, all I do is I right click on the mouse, go to template and find the template that we saved, the multi-MA template. Click on that and it brings up the template that we've saved. Okay, now in this lecture we're going to be looking at variations of the multiple moving average indicator. Looking at this chart, some traders might find this chart a little bit too condensed. There are a number of ways we could make it more spread out, but the easiest way is to just go to the zoom in button on your chart, click on that, and it immediately gives a more zoomed in view. If this is your preferred view, you could even save it as a template. So let's have a look at doing that. So you right click, go to template, go save, and we'll call this the multi-MA zoom out template. Save. Now we can have the normal one, or we can have a zoom out template. The other thing that some traders don't like about this particular template is they cannot see the price. The focus should be on reading the multiple moving averages on their own. But if you do want the price, what I suggest is that you load it in such a way that it doesn't overpower the chart. The way I like doing that is loading bar charts that are grayed out. I'll show you how to do that. You right click on the chart again, go to chart properties, go to bar up and make that a gray, dark gray that is, and bar down, make that a gray, and then save. Then all we do is we go to the bar option and click on that. And there you can see the actual price movement on the chart. It is not so overpowering, it almost looks as if the price chart is in the background of the multiple moving averages. So if you like this kind of setup, then again all you do is you go save template, and we can then save it as TMA price view and save that. So what I'm doing here is I'm saving a whole lot of templates which we can call up at any time at short notice and have the chart presented the way we'd like to see it. The other question I often get is why 4? Why 4 with gaps of 4? Over the years I've found that that setting gives me the best view of the multiple moving average indicator. But let's say we wanted to start with 8 and increase the gaps by 8 each. So it's very easy to do. What you then do is you go, and I'm going to use the basic chart first, so I'll go to template and go to the basic one, and let's say we want to increase the settings to 8. Just in general, with all indicator systems, what happens is that the smaller the number that you use, the more sensitive it is going to be. You're going to be getting quicker signals, and the bigger the number you use will be slower signals and less sensitive signals. So let's do that. Let's reload. Now the way I would do this is I would right click on the chart, go to the indicator list. There's a list there. Here we have our indicator. So I'll start there. This is number 1, which is 4. So I'll make that 8. So that one becomes 16. Next one becomes 24. Next one becomes 32. Next one becomes 40. And the next one becomes 28. And we close. So there we have another set of settings. They are slightly different to the ones that I have. You can see some of the knots that are being made aren't as small or as strong as the previous settings. They're a little bit looser. There are no right or wrong settings for this type of thing. It depends on how you see these multiple moving averages. If they start talking to you with larger settings, then use those settings. If you find it's easier to see signals with smaller settings, use those settings. So there are no right and wrong settings. But that's the way you would set it. And then what I would do now is I would just save it again as a template. Save template, multi-MA, and I'll just call that 8. Now we have a whole lot of templates that we can use to load the multiple moving average indicator. You can even change the colors of the moving averages by right-clicking, going to the indicator list, going to the first one, and then changing the colors. So you can customize this indicator to your particular needs. I'm quite comfortable with the original one that we have set up, and we'll use that one in the rest of the course. Out of interest, I've just loaded a second euro chart. I'm going to load the template, the 8 template that we just created, and there you can see the difference between the two charts. They look quite a lot different. The section that you see on the 8 chart actually only represents this section here on the 4 charts. One of the reasons I don't like the longer term moving averages is that they do not provide the sharp knots that you get with the 4 settings. But the more experience you have with this particular trading system, the more you'll be able to personalize and customize these moving averages to your particular needs.